นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ Homage to him, the exalted one, the worthy one, the perfectly set enlightened one. Dear Dhamma friends, the lay devotees, the Dhamma listener, and the laity, before giving Dhamma talk on the name of the difference between Pariyati, the theory, and Patipati, the practice, let me introduce my name first. I am Honorary Professor Venerable Bhattanta, Dr. Mahashin Pinyadipa, also called Venerable Master B, and also called Venerable Chimit. For about 2,600 years, Buddha Sasana, known as Buddhism today, has been spread out all over the world by the Buddhist communities, the Buddhist spiritual leaders, and the Buddhist scholars. It originated in Majjhima Desa, known as India today, and it is founded by the Buddha, who is enlightened. Another Bodhi tree, the tree of enlightenment at Buddha. So the Buddha has been enlightened under the Bodhi tree in Buddhagaya in India. Before enlightenment, he has practiced 6 years of austere meditation. After 6 years meditation practice, he realized the Four Noble Truths. And he became the Sama Sambuddha, the perfectly set enlightened one. Of the 4 greatest world religions, Buddhism is acknowledged by the scientists as scientific religion. So, I believe that the more science is developed, the more Buddhism is proved as a practical evidence by the researchers what the Buddha has taught in the past 2,600 years. So nowadays, the Buddhism has spread out all over the world, all throughout the world, by the Buddhist communities. That's why Buddhism is known as international religion nowadays. In dividing it as sasana, there has been 3 categories known as one priyati, the theory, which has been learning, studying, teaching. 2, patipati, the practice has been, which has been practicing and teaching. And 3, Veda, the realization, which is the result, such as becoming the noble ones, Ariya Pukla, by practicing Patipati. So for the Priyati, now we study the Tipikas, the Buddhist scripture, and Pali text. Patipati, we practice meditation. For the Bhavana meditation, or mindfulness meditation, concentration meditation, and insight meditation. Pativeda, the result of meditation practice, such as insight meditation practice, after achieving the state of enlightenment, such as stimina, once returner, or never returner, the worthy one. By practice insight meditation, vipassana meditation. In dividing it as Nikaya, there has been Pancha Nikaya, the 5 Nikayas known as 1. Tika Nikaya, the collection of the long discourses of the Buddha. 2. Majjhima Nikaya, the collection of medium-length discourses of the Buddha. 3. Samyutta Nikaya. 4. Anguttara Nikaya. And 5. Khuddaka Nikaya. At first, the Buddha Sasana, known as Dhamma Vinaya, the doctrine and discipline. In dividing it as Pitaka, the basket, there has been Tipika, the 3 baskets, known as 1. Suttanta Pitaka, the basket of discourses. 2. Vinaya Pitaka, the basket of discipline. And Abhidhamma Pitaka, the basket of the higher or sublime teachings of the Buddha, or the basket of the Buddhist philosophy and psychology. All Buddha's teachings is called Tipika in Pali and Tripika in Sanskrit. in dividing it as Tipitaka, the three step with Dhammakanta, the Dhamma group, there has been 84,000 different teachings of the Buddha. Of the Tipitaka, the three baskets, Vidhamma Pitaka, which is greater than Suttanta Pitaka, and Vinaya Pitaka, has Dhammakanta, the Dhamma group of 42,000 different teachings of the Buddha. Suttanta Pitaka has Dhammakanta, the Dhamma group of 21,000 different teachings of the Buddha. And Vinaya Pitaka has Dhammakanta, the Dhamma group of 21,000 different teachings of the Buddha. All the Dhamma in Tipitaka, the three baskets taught by the Buddha, have Dhammakanta, the Dhamma group of 42,000 different teachings of the Buddha. So nowadays, the Buddhist nuns and monks and some Buddhist scholars who study the Buddhist scripture, Buddhist Pali text, as taught by the Buddha. In Pali language, we call Tipitaka. Today, Buddhism, which is scientific religion acknowledged by the scientists, is called Tipitaka, the three baskets, Panchanikaya, the five Nikayas, the three categories of Sasana, and also called Dhammakanta, the Dhamma group of 84,000 different teachings of the Buddha. In fact, what the Buddha taught it for 45 years, theoretically and practically is known as Buddhism. Here are Pali words from Tika Nikaya, Mahavaka, Mahaprinipana Sutta, Ananda Yachana Tada, as below. Your imasmi, Dhamma Vinaye, Apamato, Vihisate, Pahaya, Jati Samsaran, Lokasantan, Trisate. In translation, each word, your folklore, whoever, individual, imasmi Dhamma Vinaye, in this sutta, Vinaya Abhidhamma, as taught by the Buddha, Apamato, developed mindfully, Samtha Vipassana meditation, with this sitting, where reside. So, Sopukula, the person who is developing mindfully Samtha Vipassana meditation in the sutta, Vinaya Abhidhamma, as taught by the Buddha. Jati Samsaram, cycles of birth, Pahaya, has discarded, has ended, Dukkasa, suffering in the three rounds of cycles, Antan, Nibbana, which is free from all form of suffering, Trisati, were conditioned into, or Dukkasantan, Trisati, will reach Nirvana by emancipation of all form of suffering. In translation, the whole passage, whoever individual will reside, developing mindfully samatha vipassana meditation. And this sutta, Vinaya Abhidhamma, as taught by the Buddha, that person who is practicing mindfully samatha vipassana meditation, as taught by the Buddha in the sutta Vinaya Abhidhamma, has discarded or ended cycles of birth and world condition into nirvana, which is free from all forms of suffering, and the three rounds or cycles, or will reach nirvana by emancipation of all forms of suffering. So the person who practice samatha vipassana meditation, according to the Siddhanta, according to the Vinaya, according to the Abhidhamma as taught by the Buddha, or according to the Tipika, the Buddhist scripture, the Pali text as taught by the Buddha, such person practicing mindfully samatha vipassana meditation may discard or end cycle of birth, and work connection into nirvana, which is free from all form of suffering and the three rounds or cycles. That means you realize the nirvana and escape from the 31st plane of existence after achievement of his meditation or her meditation. So the most important, we are practicing meditation is to have the techniques as taught in the Tipikas and Atthakatha, the commentaries. So this is the most important for meditators who want to free from all form of suffering, who want to free from cycle of birth. Priyati Sasana, which is known as Buddhism, for Sutta, the discourses, Vinaya, the discipline, Abhidhamma, the higher or sublime teachings of the Buddha, as being learning, studying, teaching, and practicing throughout the world by the Buddhists who have theoretical and practical knowledge, experience, as learned in the Priyati, the theory. You know how the suffering of cycles of birth, jati, old age, jara, sickness or illness, yadi, and death, mara, in the 34th plane of existence are conditioned. So we study Priyati Sasana, Priyati Sadhamma. So the teachings of the Buddha, we will know what Buddha has taught, what the wholesome action, unwholesome action, we will know the result of what we have done. So we know what Buddha guide us, what Buddha taught the humanity and deities. The person who study Priyati Sasana, theoretical Buddhism, knew the many different teachings of the Buddha, such as the Four Noble Truths, Cattaro Ariya Satchani, the Four Absolute Truths, Cattaro Paramattha Dhamma, the Noble Eightfold Path, Atthangika Magga, and what the Buddha has taught in the Tipitaka, the three aspects. He or she knew how is suffering in the 31st plane of existence as a cycle of rebirth. So, the most important for us to study the Buddhism or the Buddha Dhamma or the Priyati Dhamma Kusala, wholesome, akusala, unwholesome. What the result of wholesome and unwholesome? If we have done unwholesome, which abode or which plane it will lead us. If we have done wholesome action, what abode, what plane of existence will lead us to reborn, to be reborn again? I feel like grouping and evidence of the different results between Priyati, the theory, Patipatti, the practice. In Buddha's time, there was a venerable Thera monk called Potila, who knew Tipitaka, the three baskets together with Atthakatha, the commentary, and also taught Priyati Sasana or Priyati Saddhamma or Priyati Dhamma, the Buddha's doctrine, to the 500 venerable monks. But he did not practice mental cultivation or development, bhavana. He did not practice bhavana meditation. The Buddha called him Tucca Potila in Pali, meaning nonsense Potila, nonsense Potila, or useless Potila. So Venerable Potila regretted that he had no jhanic ecstasy, vipassana, path, magga, creation, phala, achievement yet. Even though he knew Tipitaka, the three baskets together with Atthakatha, the commentary, and also taught Priyati Sasana or Priyati Saddhamma, theoretical Buddhism, to the 500 venerable monks. So Buddha addressed him, Tucca Potila in Pali. What it means, useless Potila. Buddha called him Tucca Potila in order to remind him, because he didn't practice mental cultivation, mental development. He didn't practice bhavana meditation. So, that's why after he taught why would I call him, address him like this? So he decided to make up his mind to practice meditation. In order to practice Bhavana meditation, Venerable Potila led to a place where it's located 120 yojana, unit of distance measure, about 7 to 12 miles far, and far away, and a right forest monastery in Savatthi, where 30 Arhat monks or 30 water monks are residing. He approached the most senior Thera monk and asked for instruction of Kamathana meditation. But as in knowing that the Venerable Potila was theoretically considered Priyati Mana because of bathing in scriptures and texts. So Venerable Potila has considered in knowledge of Buddhist scripture. Because he is bathed in Buddhist scripture, Tipika Atakatha, the most senior Thera monk rejected it and said that you go to the second most senior Thera monk. Venerable Potila went to him and asked for teachings of Kamathana meditation. But the second most senior Thera monk denied it and said that you go to the third most senior Thera monk. Venerable Potila went to him, asked for instruction of Kamathana meditation. But the third most senior Thera monk rejected it and said one after one. In the same way, finally Venerable Potila approached the 7-year-old Arhat novice, Samrita, and respectfully asked for instruction of Kamathana meditation. So, the third most senior Thera monk told Venerable Potila, so go to the another Thera monk, another one, so one by one. After one after one. That's why finally, so approach to the 7-year-old Arhat novice and ask for teachings of meditation. Even though the Venerable Potila is bathed in Buddhist scripture, in knowledge of Tipika, the 7-year-old Arhat novice, Samrita said, get down into the bath or pond. Venerable Potila neatly put on his priceless robes and went down into the bath or pond. The Arhat novice said, come out from the bath or pond. After he had come up to the bath or pond, the 7-year-old water novice, or the 7-year-old Arhat novice, instruct the Kamathana meditation to him like this. Monk, one day, in order to catch with a lizard hiding in the termite mouth that had 6 holes, you must sear off 5 holes and leave just in the remaining single one open. You must watch and wait for a lizard until it runs out too, and could catch it. As in similarity, there are 6 sense objects, aramana, in 6 doors, the vara. Observe the mind by closing of 5 doors, panchadvara, such as your eyes, chakku, ears, sota, nose, kana, tongue, shuha, body, kaya, and to develop the only mind door, manodavara. To close of 5 those mean to restrain and compose them and observe the only single mind. As instructed, the technique by the 7-year-old Arhat novice, he practiced meditation. Why he practiced meditation? The Buddha breathes in the Indriya Bhavana Sutta as below. Ewang Sante Ko Uttara Anto Bhavitindriyo Bhavisati Bhatiro Bhavindriyo Bhavisati Yatha Parasivi Yasa Pramanasa Vajanam Anto Ti Uttara Chakuna Rupan Na Pasati Bhatiro Sotina Saddam Na Sunati. In translation, O Uttara, Kala does not see without taking a look by eyes, etc. And according to your teacher, Parasivi Yasa Brahmanasa Guru are saying, the blind will be in developing, controlling faculty, injury, and the deaf will be in developing, controlling faculty, injury. O Uttara, as proof in reason, the blind cannot see the color by eyes, and the deaf cannot hear the sound of voice by ears. At that time, Venerable Potila, who is vast in Tipika, the 3 biscuit, Atangata, the commentary, absolutely penetrate into true nature by hearing Dhammathana meditation instructions. When he is practicing Dhammathana meditation as instructed the technique, the Buddha himself, who is residing from 120 yojana, unit of the stand measure, about 7 to 12 miles far away, radiated rays together with the portrait image and decided by or stencil data like this. Yoga vechayate guri ayoga buri sankayo etam the Veda patam nyatva bhavaya vibhavaya cha tatha nan niveseya yatha buri pavakati from Dhammamra. In translation, verily, through Bhavana meditation arises wisdom. Without Bhavana meditation, wisdom wanes. In knowing this two-fold path of gain and loss, let one's soul conduct oneself. that wisdom may increase. At the end of verse or stanza, Gatha recited by the Buddha. When Rupa achieved arahantship, become the mortal state by Dhammapara Attaka, the Dhammapara commentary. So after when Rupa heard what the Buddha recited, verse or stanza in Pali language, the Venerable Potala realized and achieved arahantship, achieve the final state of enlightenment. Because he is talent, he has perfection from the past life. So at the end of the stanza of Gatha, thus he has achieved arahantship. In conclusion, Buddhism has been divided into three categories of Priyati Saddhamma, Patipatti Saddhamma, Pativeda Saddhamma. Priyati Saddhamma is the study of Tipika, the three steps, known as Siddhanta, the discourse, Vinaya, the discipline, Abhidhamma, the higher teachings of the Buddha, and Attaka, the commentary. Patipatti Saddhamma is the practice of Bhavana meditation, such as Samatha and Vipassana meditation, as taught the techniques in Tipika and Attaka. Pativeda Saddhamma is the result of the practice of the higher, spiritual achievement and enlightenment. Even though Venerable Potala knew Tipika and also taught Priyati Saddhamma to the 500 Venerable monks, he did not achieve a state of enlightenment. He had practiced Bhavana meditation as instructed by the 7-year-old Arahant. Novice or Samhita achieved arahantship, which is the highest spiritual enlightenment in Buddhism. May you be happy, may you be happy, may you be wealthy, may you be long lived, may you be prosperous, may you be peace of mind, may you achieve enlightenment as final emancipation or liberation from the past plane of existence. Thank you very much for your carefully listening what I have gave them all.